What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Mike's Tech Bench, and today I'm going to do a little bit of tech news, a little bit of sad news, a little bit of new hardware news, and a little bit of minor new hardware news that may not pertain to some of you. And then I'm also going to show you guys some new equipment that I got in to make my sound a little bit better, a little bit more professional, hopefully. And I got two other pieces of hardware that are coming in as well. So I'll do another video later on to show you guys this. How it works and sounds, but right now I'll just kind of do a sneak peek. But right now, let's go ahead and get on to some of this tech news that's going on right now. And the first involves MSI, and the CEO has passed away, Charles Chang. And apparently he passed away after falling from one of the company's buildings. He'd been with MSI for more than 2 decades before taking over as chief executive in 2019. Earlier today, Tom's Hardware, great site, check it out. Tom's Hardware got a statement from them, and this is what it said. MSI spokesperson told Tom's Hardware, and I quote, "Having been a part of the company for more than 20 years, he made outstanding contributions and was admired by his colleagues. Mr. Chang was a respected leader in the MSI family and helped pave the way for the brand's success. We are deeply saddened by the news and are mourning the loss of Mr. Chang. He will be deeply missed by the entire team." MSI didn't elaborate on any of the circumstances other than him falling off of one of their buildings. So let's just kind of not speculate at this moment. I'm not going to speculate, and then we'll just let the news roll out as it comes through. And let's move on from this sad news, and let's talk about the new AMD Ryzen 3000XT CPUs that came out today. I've been watching a lot of videos today. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. I've looked at a lot of articles on this because I didn't get the processors early like a lot of them do. I don't get the samples yet because I'm literally buying all this stuff with my own cash right now, trying to fund the channel. And so instead of forking over, $800 or more to try to get all three of the CPUs that came out, the 3600XT, the 3800XT, and the 3900XT, and then benching them and doing all that, I did a little bit more just detailed research and looking and seeing what everybody else's thoughts were and looking at some of the benchmarks from the other channels, Gamers Nexus, Jay's 2 Cents talked about it a little bit. Paul's Hardware talked about it a little bit. I looked on Tech Radar and a couple of other places and just kind of checked out some stuff and seen what everybody's feelings were. And it seems like the census to me was that this was kind of a AMD money grab, like they pulled a play out of Intel's old playbook and just rebranded it, tweaked it a little, and called it good. Maybe they had these, extra processors sitting around, these that had better bins, and, it was just like, hey, let's do this. Let's yank the cooler out of 2 of them, sell them for the same price as the original 3800X and the 3900X, and now we're not having to provide a cooler, so there's a savings right there. We're also charging just as much as when the original ones came out, and we really didn't have to do much. And I like AMD. I've got a 3950X, and I like tinkering with it just like anybody else, and these are probably going to be good, tinkering CPUs, so to speak, a little bit of overclocking here and there, but I don't think they're going to be great. And they may not be. Time will tell. People will get a hold of them, and I eventually may get one to test out, probably the 3900XT. Because I don't think the 3800 should even really be there, and there's a couple of videos out there that people feel the same way. I don't even think they should even done. Matter of fact, I don't think they should have done this line at all, but they did. It's here. The 4000 series is about to come out, so I don't really think spending money now when they're just right around the corner. We're halfway through the year. They're supposed to come out, before the end of the year. They're going to be here. If you can get your hands on one, of course, I know they go pretty quick, but if you can, hold off, wait, maybe even wait until the first of the year, get a new GPU coming out, something like that, maybe. I don't know, but maybe NVIDIA will have dropped some new things too. Who knows? You can get them both at the same time. I do know AMD is bringing theirs out. So just wait a little bit, I think, is my opinion on that. I will quote one person over at Gamers Nexus, and that's Steve, aka Tech Jesus. So Steve over at Gamers Nexus, he focused in a video today on the Ryzen 5, the 3600XT. And in that video, this is something that he said, and I quote from Steve, "It's $100 for 2 letters. So it's kind of like buying one and getting one free, except you're buying one and that's the one you get." Steve does go on to say that if his sample is indicative of the new Ryzen 3000XT line, it does indeed look like the chips featured improved silicon that yields higher frequencies at stock settings. Steve said the silicon quality is extremely high, and that's really fun to work with. That, however, is for people who like to tinker and tune their CPUs to 11, and that's what Steve over at Gamers Nexus said. You can check that video out. Just hop over to Gamers Nexus, take a look at that. So it's a pretty good review. He does another one too on the 3800XT, I think. I haven't seen it yet. I thought I'd seen it post. The other little piece of tech news that I kind of grabbed was the extra drive from Nimbus. It's a 100 terabyte and a 50 terabyte SSD, and apparently it's held the world record for the last 2 years, and I think there's some other older videos out from 2 years ago that it was rumored, or maybe it had already been out. I'm not really sure on that, how long it's been out, but apparently before you had to call the company and demand, ask them what the price was. But now they're available. Not that anybody can really afford these crazy prices, but $12,500 for a 50 terabyte drive SSD, and a 100 terabyte drive is going to set you back 40 grand. That's just insane to me. The prices are just insane. The quality of computers you could build for 40 grand versus just one hard drive. In comparison, Samsung's got one that's a 30.72 terabyte monster, and it runs about $8,860. So you could go out and just buy you a couple of regular SSDs, 1 terabytes, get them from $90 or more, and just do it that way. Not that any of us would be spending 40 grand or 12,500 for that matter. The other thing is they're both going to be 3.5 inch size and not the 2.5. They're also running enterprise grade MLC 3D NAND rather than the QLC, providing a sequential read and write speed of up to 500 and 460 megabytes respectively, and IOPS of 114,000 and 105,000 read and write. So honestly, it's targeted for more high storage people that want a lot of storage, companies, corporations, but most people honestly are probably just fine with just running regular hard drives, regular mechanical drives in their servers and stuff like that, and some regular SSDs, because you can actually get a 60 terabyte Seagate SSD that was launched back in 2016, and I imagine the price has gone down on that. So a little bit of tech news, and now on to some other stuff that I've got come in, hopefully to make this sound better, because this little lapel mic is just kind of trash. But when you're on a budget, you get what you get. So, but I spent a little bit and called a buddy over at Sweetwater and bought this and bought some candy, Sweetwater candy. No, not really, but they give you candy. Hey, you gotta love a company that gives you candy. And get a little thank you from them. More stuff to buy if you want to look through their little brochure, little Sweetwater sticker. And what I got was the SM7B. So I'm hoping that this will make the sound quality a little bit better, and hopefully a lot better compared to this cheap little $20 lapel mic from Amazon. And eventually I'd like to get, a better camera and stuff and make this look a little bit better too. Not that I don't know if you can make this look better, but hey. Anyway, there's that, and I got another stand to hold it. And then I actually have a couple other things coming in too, but this is what I first ordered. I wanted to check it out, and if I don't like it, I'm going to give it to my father-in-law, because he does music, karaoke, different DJs and stuff. So got some more candy, And what I got here is the Yamaha MX10XU. So I'm gonna give this a shot for a little bit, see how it sounds. I've also got a cloud lifter coming in to kind of give me a boost to the signal so that everything sounds good. And between this and the Shure, hopefully this and the cloud lifter will make things a little bit better, make it sound better. But I've also got a Go XLR coming in because I want to try that because I've seen some videos and stuff and I really like it. And if all goes well, I'll use them both, give this one to my father, or use this and the Go XLR, and then give this to my father-in-law. But we'll see. Hopefully it sounds better. I'm really trying to improve the channel, want to get the quality out there, want to get more IT stuff in here, more electronics. I am a tinkerer here. I've got a Kingpin 2080 Ti along with a hydrocopper for it. I'm running the Unify, I said in one of the other videos, X570. So I love working on computers. So I hope you guys will subscribe. Hope you guys like, maybe leave me some feedback, a comment or two, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks.